Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now, I don't normally do a bulk intro for my monthlies. I normally just dive straight into my waffle. But if you've been following this channel, then you're well aware that the month of January I've been mainly offline due to technical issues. Let's to put it mildly. My laptop completely, well, not completely, but practically melted down. I've had to rebuild it. So yeah, so I'm finally back up and running now that we've just passed the full moon in Leo. So I missed the new moon. I missed the full moon. I missed the Mars square Uranus and the Mars square, the Great Conjunction activation point, which I have a note about. If you saw my show with David Fisher, the astrologer, when we did the 2020 season finale, we was talking about the astrological associations with the Great Conjunction, obviously. And David asked me if I had anything in my comics astrology, because he knows that's something I like to look into, the charts of fictional characters, because fiction has a huge purpose and force in our life. I mean, look what's happened this month. Fiction is powerful. And I came up with the Neptune of an obscure, or then obscure, Superman villain Dominus, who on the day of the January the it was the 6th, wasn't it? And the invasion of the capital and the Mars square Uranus and the Mars square, the conjunction, grand conjunction point. Dominus, not seen for 22 years, suddenly makes a reappearance in DC Comics in a new universe defining series after they've just rebooted their continuity once again. So I was right. I've no idea what I was right about, but I was right. So if you're watching this for tarot, we'll get to that in a moment. Obviously, the reading is for the sign that's in your title. I will try and get as many of these uploaded as fast as possible and filmed as fast as possible. I advise that you watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign. They might not all be there. If you're early in the Zodiac, the others might not be up yet. But if you can only watch one, watch your rising sign. That I feel is if you know it, then that's the most important one to look at. Of course, there is a link in the description below to get yourself a free birth chart from Cafe Astrology or AstroSeek. AstroSeek's my favorite. And if you want to contact me, there's a link down there for the Facebook page for this channel. So it's got an inbox. You can contact me there for a private reading. Obviously, it's a general reading, so don't live your life by it. Listen to the words, see if they work for you, and then have a think about them. Because, as I say, I was offline for all of January, but I also partly got through the guidance, the intuition, because I'm about to use the word twice, the intuition that it's okay, because there's been so much going on in the sky, and let's face it, down on the face of the planet, that I got the feeling that we'd had enough guidance for a while. It was time for us to make our own decisions about things. And that's what I think this full moon has been about it looking at the full moon and the various angels associated with the positions of the planets. Most of them appear to be associated with new moons and full moons coming up later this year. It's almost like that full moon in Leo was defining something about the rest of the year. A lot of the astrologers are saying, and I haven't shared their videos yet on my Facebook page, but I'll get around to it, I hope. A lot of the astrologers are saying that this full moon is the completion of, or even acknowledgement and completion of, healing work that we've already been doing with all the astrology over the past few months. I think that's fair enough, because I got this real sense of new beginning, but it's not a new beginning out of nowhere. It's a new beginning based on getting to that level, like I'll say about the Page of Wands, level 1 complete, level 2 starts here. So I apologise for not doing the new moon and full moon readings. I did loads of work on the full moon to try and work out all the ins and outs of it, and then the computer just still let me down. I'm not sure if I even dare say I plan to live stream, because every time I say that, my computer packs up one way or another, and we are about to head into a Mercury retrograde. In fact, that might be today or tomorrow. Oh no, tell a lie, it's on the 30th. But anyway, that's enough waffle out of me. Like I said, general reading rules apply. Roles can be reversed. Timing's far from absolute. And I've waffled quite long enough. So hit that like button, as Philly D says. Subscribe, because it does help the channel. And sit back and enjoy your reading. All right. Okay, Taurus, I may have forgotten to mention in the introduction, ask a question. So pause the video if you need to. Think about all of the questions that are around you, and focus on one of them, but just be aware that the cards will answer what they want, so be aware of all of them. Right, and so now I'll just finish the shuffling that I forgot to do in the shuffle video. So I got so carried away with the reading. Right, that's the one that wants to come out. We have the Guardian Angel of Health, and now we just need to pull from the Oracle of Heaven and Hell. One card for Taurus for February, please. One card for Taurus for February. Sun, Moon or Rising, or whatever aspect of Taurus. Come on, give me... Aha, there we go. What we have, Natal with a desire for knowledge, or Marax with prejudice. Right. We'll find out which one is going to be relevant. Right. So we're starting right in the present with the Magician card. You have the power at the moment, Taurus, but I don't think that you necessarily feel as though you do, because I get it. There's a sense of not wanting things to change. In the very recent past here, oh, hello camera, come on. Come on. In the very recent past, that's not going to focus at all, is it? Come on, camera. Right, that appears to have fixed it. So, as I was saying, you have the power at the moment, Taurus. We have the Magician card right here. But you don't necessarily think or feel as if you have got that power. It's almost... What I'm seeing is we have a 10 of Pentacles underneath the Moon card, clarifying the Moon card here. 10 of Pentacles in the recent... past. You've been offered a choice. You've been offered a choice that involves you leaving those things that make you feel secure, or walking away, or changing the things that you feel secure about. This Lover's card, I'm ambivalent about it, because I can feel that real sense of sort of passion from both parties, but it almost looks like there's one situation where there's one party that's passionate, and then there's another situation where it's the other party that's passionate, but it's not necessarily the same situation. There's this sense of, ooh, do I really want to go there? Do I really want to commit? And it's not even that the passion isn't there on both sides. It's almost like, instead of two people meeting like that, it's more like that. They're slightly deflecting, or slightly aside from one another. How can I put it? There's a lot of questioning of motives. And I think whatever choice has been put towards you, whoever has given that choice to you is hoping that you will say yes to whatever it is, but is also worried about your motives for saying yes. And whereas there's you having received this choice going, yeah, I want to do that, but why do they want to give me this choice anyway? Why? What's going on? What's the agenda here? So there is this sense of suspicion and passion all at the same time, because this appears to be a wish fulfillment thing for you, but it's something that you've got to be very, very strategic about. 2 7s here, 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands, so angel number 77, whatever that is. I never did print out my cheat sheet. But there's one way you can interpret that is that, one, you have to be strategic on how you are going to move forward, and two, you are coming out of the back end of a divine choice. This has been, it's touching the present line that goes right through the middle here, is something that is a very eventful, very important, very consequential choice for you. But you are concerned about how secure you feel in this, and you're not sure that you can trust your perceptions. And if you are quite sure you can trust your perceptions, I think I would like to tell you that you're wrong, because there's some form of filter going on here, some form of internal bias going on here that's making you go, well, yeah, but I like it here. I don't want to move from here. I like it here. But that liking it it's not there as somewhere to remain forever. It's there as a platform. We've got the Ten of Pentacles here with the Kabbalistic tree of life right at the top of it. It's almost like this Ten of Pentacles is representing Malkut, the kingdom, the base, the foundation, where the divine touches the earth, to allow you to climb, because it's okay to be slow for the moment, or it has been okay to be slow. But here on the bottom of the deck, we've got Knight of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, the Sun. This is something that now you have to move fast with. You've had your thinking time. You've had your, but I like it here sort of time. And the world is, you're well aware that as soon as you make this decision, the world's going to change fast. But let's be honest, the world's changing fast around you anyway. So there does need to be some form of, oh, this is interesting. Here's the influence of other people. We have all major arcana from all three decks. The High Priestess, someone is using their intuition towards you. But absolutely, the Devil card, absolutely, they may have an agenda. I'm not sure that matters. You know, there's, whatever their agenda is, it's going to bring change, Death card here. But whatever their agenda is, I don't feel particularly bad about this Devil card. And the fact that they have an agenda rather implies that they have an idea where they are going to. Let's see. I always like to clarify the Devil card when it comes up with the Demon Possessed Tarot. Bloodstone Studios, quick plug. I don't get out from it. They're just a lovely deck of cards. But there is a cheaper version they've released on Amazon now, but I'm not quite sure what they call it. Oh, yes, I do. I've got it. I was quite disappointed to find out what it was. Where is it? No, I can't see it from where I'm sat. So what have we got here for this Devil card? 2 cards here. Wheel of Fortune and 5 of Cups. Now that is pretty much obvious that if you take this person up on their offer, it's not saying one way or another whether this is positive or negative to do it. There is something that you will lose, and there is definitely something that you will keep, but maybe you want to take a chance, because it really is a now or never decision. Underlying the current situation, the pile starts with the 8 of Cups, then the 8 of Wands, which you're well aware of how things are fast changing around you, and then the Empress. Making this decision, using your power, not conserving. This is the important thing, using your power. So that's either very actively saying yes or very actively saying no, but whatever you say, you have to say it, and you have to say it very actively, is opening a promise of abundance to you. And all of the answers and all that, it's one of those things where you're going to be nervous about it beforehand. But once you have taken that jump, King of Cups here, once you have said, whether it's yes or no, then you will be okay with it. And you're not going to be okay with it until you actually do it. This Eight of Cups tells me that either way, whether you say yes to this choice that's been offered you or whether you say no, you are walking away from something. You are walking away from some dream or another. But since this choice is dangling some form of wish fulfillment for you, I think the no is going to end up being, you know what, I don't wish for that anymore anyway. And the yes means, okay, I have to let something go to allow this yes, allow this wish fulfillment into my life. Either way, you're letting go of something. Either way, you're walking away from a dream, whether it's the walking away from the wish or accepting the wish and realizing what the consequences of that are and what else has to be moved out of the way. Because exercising your power right now, it's going to be hard work, Eight of Pentacles here, and you feel like you've done this before, but the world, this is opening up. Now, I don't want to say a new world, but in a way it is. It's not so much that the world is new, it's more like you're seeing it with new eyes. But there's new pathways and new doorways opening for you. Whichever way you answer, which if you dither about and don't answer, you won't get any doorways whatsoever. You're just going to be stuck, frozen. You have to take that chance. And what is also making me say all this is the Oracle cards we have from the Moonology deck, Believing the Impossible, the Blue Moon card. This is possible. It could be true. They could be telling you the truth. They could be having an agenda and still be everything that you want out of this situation. So the agenda is not necessarily a bad thing. It means that they have a plan, and it may well be a good plan. That's something only you can discern one way or another. Whether, if you're going to say yes, you are saying, okay, I am going to slot into your plan, but also express myself within it. So it becomes our plan. Or, no, stuff you and your schemes. I'm not interested. I'm walking away. That's the yes and the no. But either way, you stand to profit from it. You stand to gain gain some form of resources, some form of standing. Because I'm really drawn to all this Ten of Pentacles business. The idea of standing with a good firm foundation is quite apparent out of here. Now, we also have from the Queen of the Moon card, action. Now, I think I've talked about that enough already. Do it. Yes or no, but do it. Either way, you are not going to be feeling okay about it until you do actually do it. Typhoeus here with fear. But on the bottom of the decks, as I said, we've got Knight of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, and the Sun. You've got to get on with it. It is time to act. You've got to act fast, and there's only you can do this bit. You'll be doing it on your own, but it comes to reveal blessings for you. Whichever way you go, it's revealing blessings for you. And this is what Sahaquiel here, Angel of Sky, from the Angelarium Oracle, is telling me. Because the sky is there to protect you. The sky divides your world from the rest of the universe. You could say you could interpret the sky into like Van Allen radiation belts and stuff like that, and how it protects us from the vagaries and radiations of space, or however you want to look at it. I'll read out from the little booklet. The shield bearer and gatekeeper who stands outside the gateway between Angelarium and the expanse of existence. A benevolent figure whose compassion knows no bound or equal. Sahaquiel blesses and protects, shielding us from storm and fire alike. The sky forms a ring around the earth many times over. Its movement forms the clouds, obscures the sun, and reminds us that Sahaquiel stands guard. So that sense of that protective influence, but expansive protective influence, because with World card underpinning how you express your power right now, there's that sense of expanding opportunities, as I think I've already said, really, to be quite honest. Now, there is still some pain in this, because, and that might be why you've been putting off the saying yes or saying no, because we have the Three of Swords here, a particularly unhappy Three of Swords, without any swords for me to say, oh look, I can see the Divine Trinity. This is the, I've forgotten the name of it now, the Light Seers Tarot, that's it. And I'm sorry, that's more like something out of Hellraiser, you know, suspended between the trees through tendons holding it in place. Saying yes hurts. Saying no hurts. But it is something. Yes, here we are under the King of Cups. There's that Three of Swords here once again with the Judgment card. So when you turn around and say yes or no, doesn't, whichever one, a transformation is occurring. That transformation obviously will involve a loss. That loss will hurt. Time to rip the plaster off and just get on with it, because the world is changing, wherever that other Eight of Wands is. Well, I mean, you've been here before where things are going really, really, really fast, and you've had an option before when you was trying to figure out what the value in things were as things were moving. Value quite possibly in a relationship, a union between you and something other, you know, so whether that's you and a job, you and a boss, you and a romantic partner, there's you and another party. And you were trying to see the value in that relationship, and started to move along with it. But I think you didn't quite commit. You didn't quite make the choice at the right time. And so everything came tumbling down. Don't make that mistake again. That would be a good title for the reading, wouldn't it? Don't make the same mistake again. Because as I can see, saying yes or no has untold benefits and will hurt. But it's not like you are not looked after. Queen of Coins here, again with the Sahaquiel vibe. That nurturing influence that you are... Think about when you've got to reset a bone because it's healed badly. You've got to break the bone. And saying this yes or no breaks the bone. But there is support around you where you are getting nurtured and getting cared for that allows you to go through that, right, let's break the bone now and then let's heal properly, process. Because on the bottom, we've got the Justice card. And what I feel like that is that breaking the bone, that the pain you go through and the making the choice, it's only right. it is literally defined by that sense of justice. It is only right. There's also a sense of it's about time. If you think about how you achieve justice, obviously you don't achieve justice like that, never mind the platitude about the wheels of justice, but there is incident where there is injustice, and then there is a delay until justice occurs. Justice is always late, or later. Anyway, let's put it that way. Justice is always later. But I think you are setting something right, and you know it, and that's why you're so wittery about it. You are setting something right by doing this choice. So we then go to seeing the value in what you are doing and committing to whatever the choice is that you've defined, whether it's the yes or the no. But there's an element of yes. We've got another Two of Cups here. So even if you're saying no to the current, saying no, let's put it in romantic terms, right? Saying yes puts you in one person's arms. Saying no seems to lead to someone else's arms, someone who may already have been there or someone else who'd turn up. That's what that Two of Cups is telling me here. If we're looking at it in a romantic way, if it's a job, saying yes to the job means new job. Saying no to the job means keep old job. And then maybe keeping old job, a new door opens up for another new job somewhere else. So I'm not saying it's a romance thing, but that was a good analogy for it. Either way, committing, fully committing to whatever your choice was, takes you to a better place. And oh, that's interesting. So we've got the Five of Cups here, but this Five of Cups, someone's pretty much drunk on the bar, and they could be crying into their beer, or they could have fallen fast asleep and passed out. Now I'm going with the latter. This is what it feels like to me right now. It's the falling asleep and passed out. So it's like that sense of loss is dulled. And as you are aware, there are still resources to be had. The two glasses that she's holding up, right? And she would represent that Queen of Pentacles, that nurturing influence that is around you, that is actually nurturing you. I know roles can be reversed and all of that, and maybe that's the role that you're playing as the nurturer, but it doesn't feel like that as I'm looking at this. Now, this is really interesting. I didn't look at this. The angel card that I drew, the guardian angel of health. My attitudes about myself are rich in love and acceptance. So like I say, there's that fear that Typhoeus represents, the fact that you are not believing in the impossible at the minute, because if you believed in the impossible, you would be saying yes or you would be saying no already. And this reading is saying it's time to say it, which implies you haven't said it yet. And you're worried about how deep you are in this great big ocean of emotion. We've got the moon, obviously. We've got the ocean. We've got that sense of Neptune's delusions and illusions, and the very sort of the Piscean. Oh, I feel so deeply, and yes, I'm taking the mick, Pisceans, but I'm a Pisces. I can get away with it. And you all know what I mean. But then again, this is Taurus. So if you've got Pisces in your chart, you know exactly what I mean. This is it. If you don't, you're lucky. So hopes and fears. Oh, could we get a bigger? The hopes stroke fear. Oh my God, is this a new beginning? Ace of Pentacles here, Ace of Coins for that particular deck. So, yes, I really want it to be a new beginning, and oh my God, this is a new beginning. And then two hanged men. So remember, the hanged man archetype can sometimes be hanging there for wisdom, but this can also indicate delay. It can also indicate some element of constriction. You've had your time of dangling, I think, and gaining the wisdom one way or another. And to be honest, it hasn't necessarily made the picture that much clearer. That's why there's the point where you have to give up on one of the dreams in order to embrace the other one. And I know you're scared of losing what you've got, but I don't think you may well lose what you've got. But if you do, it's going to be replaced by something of equal value or validity. So you can take this transformation, which is powered entirely on your own strength. So we have the Judgment card. You transform through your choice. 2 9s here, Cups and Pentacles, doing it on your own and getting that wish fulfillment that you was after. You surge ahead with your directive, like I said, whether it's a yes or whether it's a no. Either way, it is a directive. And once this is what this whole reading is saying, have a directive. And it takes you, to happy, happy land. 10 of Cups here. So 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups, Ace of Wands. Happiness is there for you if you make the effort right now to make a decision one way or another and go, yes, it's time to go. The other thing is that I did get, as I was putting the whole spread out, this unexpected visitors and mending bridges. So you have to make the decision now and commit to it and start working towards it, because there is an influence coming into your life that you more than likely do already know, that you have to be ready for their arrival. And being ready for their arrival means having to committed yourself to the yes or to the no, whichever one it is. But having made that decision, that gives you the tools to make something right. This is what this Mending Bridges card is telling me. So let's have a look at the final outcome cards, because I've just seen how long I've been talking. 3 of Wands, forward motion, the moon, but I like this moon. It's got so much more balance than where you are now. It is accessing that reflective, mystical power of the moon. It has the twin towers. So it's that balancing. And I really like that lobster that's climbing up there, because it looks as if it feels like it has a mission, a sense of direction. It's chasing after a moonbeam. That's fine. That's absolutely fine, because that moonbeam has a source, more than one source. On the top of these towers, there's spotlights pointing to the moon, which, although completely in terms of physics is out of proportion, so the light's going from both towers to the moon and coming down in a moonbeam, because that works. Check your physics textbook, it works, I promise. But the symbolism of that, excuse me, and I have to have some liquid, is showing me, especially with that Believe in the Impossible card, yeah, go chase after that moonbeam. Oh, there's another good title. Because you're going to have that forward motion, and it's time for you to level up. Page of Coins. And if you've watched my readings before, you know that the Page of Coins is a card where I say, and I think I said wands in the intro video, but Page of Coins, level 1 complete. Here's the start of level 2. So, time to level up, time to actually make a decision, time to do it. Okay? So, like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me if this means anything to you, because it'd be interesting to know, because there's a real pivotal choice coming your way. I think in a way this is what this no child card is saying with desire for knowledge. I don't think right now the only way you're going to get more knowledge on this choice is by committing to one or the other. Simple as that. All right, comment down below. See you later. Cheers.